Well, Xavier, we also know you from the 50% Doctor Who podcast, which I co-host with Aiden.
Yes.
And we were talking a little bit tonight about how you and I came into acquaintance. Is it true you asked Aiden to come on to the 50% Doctor Who podcast? Is that right? You said you wanted to come on and talk about, was it Girl on the Fireplace, your first one?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yeah.
So you asked, you said, you heard Aiden do the Doctor Who podcast and you said, I'd love to come on.
Yeah, basically. I invited myself on, like the little, like I did for this as well, kind of, in a way.
No, but that's the thing. Like, I didn't know you, but then we became acquaintances. I think you came back on for Blink or something. But we started having this kind of like working relationship between, doing the podcast and stuff. And then we met in person a few times. And I think since then we've become very close. And I've always said this on our show, on Aiden and I's show. I think that you're a hoot. I honestly do. And I think you're super funny and talented. And I love your ramblings. And I love your Star Trek knowledge. I always try to, when you come on our show, because Aiden likes to plan stuff, and I always like to think that I like to derail it a little bit. And I think you're great at derailing stuff.
I have a very good skill at derailing. Yes. Yeah.
And I thought, it would be a bit weird to have you on without you saying your Star Trek knowledge. Would you say that you're a Trekkie?
I am definitely a Trekkie. Yeah, I am.
How much of a Trekkie? Are you more of a Trekkie than you are a Doctor Who fan?
Well, I mean, look, Star Wars doesn't have a fan base name, but like I'm as much of a fan of Star Wars as I am a Trekkie, as I am a Whovian.
Really?
I'm just a very, very diverse science fiction, science fantasy buff. I love.
Yeah, you're a sci-fi guy.
The sci-fi guy. Yeah.
Ncuti gatwa.
Yeah, that is Aiden saying ncuti gatwa.
Ncuti gatwa.
That was Aiden's first pronunciation of Ncuti. And how did you find the latest series, Xavier? Because I actually did want to have you on. Again, stuff falls through. But what were your thoughts on the latest series of Doctor Who? Some people called it too woke. What did you think?
Too woke is a weird standpoint to have, especially with Russell writing it. What are they going to? The guy that did Queer as Folk, it's not going to be left-leaning. Like who? That's insanity. This was an incredible run for me. I am very, very, very happy with a lot of the episodes. A lot of them.
I'm kind of with you, Xavier.
Yeah, I'm like, can you list them in order? Because I don't have access to them, please.
That would be Space Babies. It started with the first week we had Space Babies and Devil's Cord.
Okay, yeah. So Space Babies, I didn't like that much. It was a little bit too far in the childish realm, but I think it really does help set up what Doctor Who is to a new fan base. I think that it did the super zany thing. And went
Dad said
so
it's the worst
far.
episode Doctor Who's ever seen.
Yeah, but it went super far as a means to try and like show a new audience, which is what it was intending to do. Like this is what Doctor Who is. Devil's Cord, 10 out of 10. Fucking love that.
Wow.
Episode. I love it to bits. Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm with you, Xavier, in the standpoint that I found it fun. I wouldn't necessarily myself say it was the best, even that Doctor Who's ever been, or the best show I've seen.
It wasn't the best, but it was a very good episode.
Well, I'm talking about the season 1 as a run. I think it was just a fun experience. I don't think
what I'm talking about?
I don't think it was necessarily at every point the best version of Doctor Who at the moment, but it was certainly for me the funnest that it's been in quite a while.
Yeah. Can you go through the next episodes, please?
And so Boom by Stephen Moffat. I know you're a Moffat fan.
That's
just
also a 10 out of 10. That was phenomenal.
I gave it a 9.
Yeah.
I'm a Stephen Moffat sim, just same as you. I really loved it. I thought it was great. I'm worried to ask. So 73 Yards is my favorite episode of the series. What did you think of 73 Yards?
It's also a 10 out of 10.
You go off, King. You go off. Okay, you know what? That is why
Well done.
Thank you. All right, and then what did you think of Dot and Bubble, the next episode?
Oh, that would have been. I think that Dot and Bubble shows the kind of. It was very well designed in that it plays to audience expectations as a means to trip up the audience, right? You don't expect there to be people of color in a TV episode, so you don't realize they're racist to the very end. That's pretty fucking cool. That it didn't land very well, but the idea was very, very high class. And I also think that this is one of the 2 times, and I'm counting 2 times, that Ncuti should have cried, because they overused that single tear thing. Yeah, when he sees the mother walk away at the start, or 3 maybe, when he sees the mother walk away at the start, when he says goodbye to Ruby at the end, and this time, that would have been perfect. But all the other times feel a little bit overblown.
What about Rogue? We're calling this the gay episode, you know.
Gay pop.
A lot of action.
Okay, so Rogue, from a storytelling standpoint, is probably a 9 out of 10. Jonathan Groff being Jonathan Groff makes it a 10 out of 10.
Okay.
I liked the vibe, the theme, the Bridgerton vibes. Have you watched Bridgerton?
I haven't watched Bridgerton, but I love that they actually used the score, like the reinterpretation of pop songs as classical music. They did that, like they used the actual track that Bridgerton used.
Oh wow, really? Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. And what do you think of the final, the 2-part final?
That was a miss. That was a miss. Yeah, didn't like that.
I think we can all agree. I think everyone agrees that the
finale was underwhelming.
Yeah. So I really love the opening scene of the 2nd episode with the spoon and the woman. If you've seen the 18th century remake of War of the Worlds, the BBC production that's like a 3-episode of War of the Worlds, but set in the 18th century.
I've heard about that, yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me very much of how that was constructed. And just the idea of like this woman.
Was that show any good though? The recreation, I never got around to watching it. Was it any good?
Not the American recreation, but the BBC one that's set in the 18th century is very, very good.
Yeah. I've seen the Spielberg one, but I haven't seen the BBC one.
Yeah, the one with Rafe Spell, I think, is the guy's name.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so tell me this, Dave. You're going to Europe. You're going to Italy. How are you going to be watching stuff while you're over there? Can you still stream? I mean, what's the deal? Do they have Netflix over there?
They have Netflix, yes.
Okay. Is it the same Netflix, or do you have a VPN?
For sure. They would have a different Netflix. I think the only thing I would be unable to access would be Binge and Stan.
Oh, but Binge has HBO. You gotta. You're not going to have any HBO shows, my friend.
Are you following anything at the moment, Xavier? Are you watching anything week by week? Are you watching House of Dragon or The Boys?
I'm currently watching The Boys. Right. I'm plodding my way through The Acolyte.
Okay. You've been enjoying a new Disney show, right? Now Doctor Who's done. You're enjoying a Disney
from one Disney show to another.
From one Disney show to the next.
And I'm also making my way through the entirety of Prodigy, because that dropped the whole 20 episodes all in one go.
Is that an anime?
No, sorry, that's Star Trek's children's show.
Oh, I see. My apologies.
Animated children's show. Yeah. Star Trek Prodigy. Yeah.
Okay, great. So you're up to date on Star Trek too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have you seen every Star Trek piece of media, Xavier?
I haven't. I have seen every Star Trek piece of media in the abstract. I haven't completed Deep Space Nine yet, and I've seen bits and pieces of Voyager, and I've seen most of the Next Generation and bits and pieces of the original series. But I know so much about it that it's like, oh yeah, I remember this episode from the reference to it in this other episode, because that's Star Trek. It's just so together.
Well, Next
I watched all of
Generations,
Enterprise.
that's the most popular,
I'm up
isn't
to date
it?
on all of the modern stuff that was released post Discovery. I watched everything, including the
Picard.
short treks that are unavailable. Yeah, Picard season 1 and 2, as much of a bummer as they were, season 3 was phenomenal. Yeah,
Get
Terry
through the
Matalas.
first 2 series to get to a third series.
No.
That's
Just
really great.
just skip to series 3. Just skip to season 3. You don't
Yeah.
need the first 2. Just skip to season 3. Seriously, that's the show.
My
nothing else
favorite way
there,
to watch a TV show, just only watch parts of it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not worth it though. They
Well-
get rid of most of the main cast anyway. In between season 2 and 3. So yeah.
Well, tell me this, Xavier. Are you going to be visiting any big landmarks? Places that are worth the Colosseum, for example?
I will be in Rome. I don't know if I will be visiting the Colosseum specifically, but I will be definitely visiting the Duomo in Florence. Because
they filmed the new Gladiator there.
Did they?
In the actual Colosseum?
No, I'm just.
I don't think they did.
I was going to say, I think, could they?
I'm just
Have you ever-
kidding. I'm just
Don't
goofing
they
around.
do concerts there, though?
Wait, hold on. Have you ever been to the actual Colosseum?
No.
I've watched Gladiator.
Because because at this point the floor is just destroyed. It's like the floor that in which the actual thing happens is open to the underground network of catacombs that they had that they would send things up in, right? So there is no floor of the Colosseum, so they couldn't shoot Gladiator 2 or Gladiator in the actual Colosseum because it doesn't have a floor.
I thought they did concerts in there. Am I nuts?
They might. They do have a little platform that like replaces some of the floor, but yeah.
I see. Fake shit.
My town that I used to live in Italy, Prato, it has a castle that still remains. So I'll be passing that quite often because it's in the city center.
Okay, lovely. I mean,
like an actual castle.
We'd love to see it. If you do a castle tour, take a video. We'll show it on the show. Get you can be our Italian correspondent.
I'd love to see some stuff.
I'd like the Daily Show, the Italian correspondent.
Yeah, maybe you can get us a connect with the Pope or something.
Yeah, I'd love that.
That's actually a different country. So yeah.
Oh, it's right. It's close though.
Where's the Vatican? Is that in?
The Vatican's it's near Italy, right?
It's in Rome, isn't it?
The Vatican is in Rome, but it is a different country itself. So I don't have any connections.
I
the
see.
I mean, it's exciting.
Well,
so you're not going with your
fact,
you're not going with your parents or anything. It's just going to be you.
Yeah.
Wow.
In fact,
Wow. Yeah.
In fact, the longest time I was ever in the same country as the Pope was when I was on World Challenge in Myanmar.
Wow. Was he in the Pope Mobile or?
He was in the Pope Mobile. It was the same time that the Pope the Vatican released the press release that said to stop calling it the Pope Mobile, and all of the news articles were the Pope would like people to stop calling the Pope Mobile the Pope Mobile.
Brilliant. I mean, wow. Well, it looks like you're in a real.
Have you ever seen the Pope? Do you want to see the Pope? Is that a thing that you're into?
I know. I have. It's nothing. I have no interest in that. Not my cup of tea. Oh, I will visit Ponte Vecchio, of course, as well. And I might go to Venice, and I'll visit the Duomo in Milan, and I'll go
watch out for vampires.
The vampires of Venice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nasty. And I'll be on Lake Como for a bit, so that's all the major sites. I'm planning to visit the location where they shot Star Wars Episode 2 and what's it? Casino Royale. No, the bit of Lake Como that they used for that.
I see.
On the boot. Yeah.
Okay.
I love that.
Oh, beautiful. Well, thank you, Zay. This has been really lovely to have you on.
Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
We wanted to have you on, Xavier, and I think we see the I don't know if you'd admit this about yourself, but I generally think you're like super funny and super talented, and I think that you really do make an entertaining show. So thank you for coming on. I really appreciate that. And no rush, but we'd love to talk to you whenever you're free in Europe and whenever you feel like you want to come on and chat to us. And if there are any romances, you don't have to say anything, but we would like to hear about it. Maybe you never know.
Yeah, dude.
You never know.
We'll see. We'll see.
I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much for your kind words.
No worries.
Do you have a video feed and signing off, or are you too occupied?
I can pull up a video feed. Yeah,
If you're driving right now, we can't hear any like.
I'm at home at the moment. I pulled into my driveway, so I've.
Oh, you've just pulled in, right? Because you can probably see.
Well, no,
us.
I had pulled in for a while, but yeah,
I see.
I have no video.
Bruh.
Hold on. Where are we?
Oh.
Hey, this is me and my car.
There you are.
is.
Lovely to see you, Zave. Thank you for the guest
thank
spot.
you so much. Yes, and be
No
sure
worries,
to
thank
pack
you.
summer clothes for Europe. Europe ain't ready for you, Xavier.
Here's the thing. I've been packed for over a month.
Of course you have. Of course.
Already, my friend. Fantastic.
That's why we love you, Xavier. That's why, because you do stuff like that. That's just so wacky. That's why I love you.
You're built different, my friend.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's one of those things.
Oh, lovely.
You're excited, and that's what matters. We're looking forward to hearing from you, and good luck, good safe travels, and seriously, record, man, and call in, and we're excited to hear from you, and we're excited to see what you get up to.
Yeah, no, thank you, man.
Cool.
Cheers. We will.
Thank you.
No worries.
All right, we'll keep in touch.
Thank you, mate.
Definitely. All right. See ya.
We love you,
All
mate.
right.
Catch you later.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Bye.
Xavier, everybody.
Wow.
Xavier.
Wow. What fun.
He's going to Europe.
What fun that was.
He's a Doctor Who fan. He's a Star Trek fan. And ladies, if you are in Italy, he's coming.
Yeah, anyone in Italy, watch out for
You can't deny that he's coming.
Our
He
fella
is.
Zave. I mean, my goodness.
He's coming. So.
Well done, Xavier. Thank you for the beautiful appearance. Hit him with the applause. He deserves it.
Look. I'm sure some people listening, they don't know Xavier from a bar or so, but I generally do think that he's a good bloke, and I think I'm gonna come. He's coming to Europe, and he's
beautiful.
I generally think he has a funny outlook on life, and he's a good bloke, and I love
he's
him,
a good lad. He's a good lad. He's gonna keep us up to date. Gonna keep us abreast with everything happening over in Europe. Lots of crazy things, and we're gonna have the dice straight to you guys. The dope.
Thank you.